right, everybody out there, thank you for joining or re-joining us here on the live stream at your one and only Denver Roller Dome. We are gearing up for Game 9. It is the final game of your 2025 Colorado Chaos Junior Invitational. And this next game that you're about to witness is the epic battle between the team in blue, the Denver Roller Derby Major Turbulence, versus the team in white, the Rockin City Junior Roller Derby Rockin City Rockstars. Here are your skaters today for Denver. 02 Rainbow Bomber, 10 Sid Vicious, 11 Painbow, 1111 Jasmanian Devil, 17 Dynamite Dog, 171 Hello Hitty, 181 Darth Skater, 22 Catatomic Bomb, 23 Belladonna, 29 Hella Destroyer, 42 Veruga Assault, 44 Mars Bars, 616 El Diablo, 63 Red Rover, and 811 Cottonmouth. Here are your skaters for Rockin City. 08 The Man, 1H277 Jamie Hendrix, 3 La La, 4-2 Silly Goose, 619 Pink Lightning, 7 Pipes, 73 June's Addiction, 789 Smushroom, 8008 Mr. G, and 88 Obliviate. Shout out and thank you to all our officials. Without the officials, none of this would be possible. Stack Trace, Snarkamedes, Wolf Ears, Stretch Gay Reckoning, Ultra-Violent Blue, Sonar, Frodo, K2SO, Montana Malher, Green Machine, Cat Sergeant, Doesn't Matter, Cookies, Thomas the Dank Engine, Radar, Ginger Spice, and Prime Evil. I already see a shout out right there in the chat for Rockin City. Everybody make sure to shout out your city, shout out your team, shout out your favorite skaters throughout the game. Love seeing the support coming in from the friends, the family, the fans out there. And feel free to shout out where you are tuning in from. Always love people joining us from afar. At the Skate Rats jam line, starting off the first jam of the game, we got Darth Skater for Denver versus H4 Rockin City. Darth Skater playing some hopscotch, getting recycled on the inside by some Mushroom. H fighting through these Denver defenders here, looking for the way past these 4 Denver blockers as Darth Skater is out at turn 2 for the jammer. Rockin City skaters looking to clear the way as H makes it out at turn 2 and is now on a scoring pass. Darth Skater pulling a spin move in the middle of the pack is out at the second straightaway for 4 points and calls off the jam. That is a 4-0 jam for Denver, first on the scoreboard. And we already see the shouting animal emojis in the chat. Let's keep the shout outs coming. And at the Skate Rats jam line, Hello Hitty for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. June's Addiction crashing through this defense. Hello Hitty out at turn 2, but not assessed lead. And it looks like a high block penalty is sending June's Addiction to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Hello Hitty. Hello Hitty fighting for the inside. Takes the final defender on the way out with a spin move for 4 points. Hello Hitty held back on the inside. Spins past the pivot on the inside for 4 points. That is 8 so far on the Cham. Denver skaters looking to clear the way. Veruca Assault coming in for some offense, looking to break up these defenders. Hello Hitty with another spin move, however, sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. June's Addiction now spinning past Hello Destroyer is out on a scoring pass. Looks like the Rockin City skaters are setting up for a bobsled here. June's Addiction clear around the outside for 4 points. June's Addiction pulling the same move for another 4. Hello Hitty, clean through the inside at turn 3 is out for 4 points. June's Addiction almost makes it out around the outside, gets recycled. Hello Hitty fighting through the inside for another 4. June's Addiction crashing into the back of the pack, making a move for the center. Looks like a directional gameplay penalty at the end there. Sending pipes to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. And that is going to be a 12-11 Cham for Denver. And we have an official timeout. Shout out to sponsor Skate Rat Skate Shop for sponsoring the Jam Line this whole weekend, and to Mile Hybrid Automotive for sponsoring the penalty box. If you've been having fun with all the amazing action and you want to sponsor some of these events at the Roller Dome, you can. Just email hello@therollerdome.org. And we have Sid Vicious for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Sid Vicious looking for the inside, taking on this 2-person wall, taking on 1 versus 3, as Mr. G is recycled around the outside by Painbow. Mr. G tiptoeing the outside, getting some offense from Pink Lightning, as Sid Vicious is recycled to the first apex. Sid Vicious evading all 3 defenders on the inside. Sid Vicious with lead jammer and a jammer versus jammer race. Mr. G versus Sid Vicious. Mr. G crashing through the pack, and from the outside of the second apex, Sid Vicious calls the jam. I see a shout out there in the chat for the Rebels. Everybody shout out your city, shout out your team, shout out your favorite skaters. And we have an official timeout. Shout out to this weekend's coffee sponsor, Kalani Coffee Roaster, sharing their love and passion for coffee with all of the officials and all of the volunteers this weekend. Kalani staff is dedicated to producing excellent, consistent coffee cup after cup. Visit them at kaladicoffee.com. So that last jam was 2-2, keeping the score at a 5-point difference in favor of Denver. And at the Skate Rats jam line, we got June's Addiction off to a power start. Let's see how June's Addiction capitalizes on this time before the opposing jammer returns, and out on the inside of turn 2, June's Addiction gets lead jammer. Everybody's defense right here at the start of the second straightaway. Jones Addiction almost making it through on the inside. Jones Addiction evading around the outside, gets out at the first straightaway for 4 points. Sid Vicious evading to the inside, is out on a scoring pass, and with a reverse move from the outside of the first straightaway, Jones Addiction calls off the jam. That is a 5-0 jam for Rockin City, and the score is now tied. I see the shout out in the chat there for Jones Addiction. Keep the love coming, everybody. Each team, keep the shout outs coming. At the Skate Rats jam line, Jazzmanian Devil for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin City. Jazzmanian Devil almost makes it through on the inside. Pink Lightning denied on the outside. Jazzmanian Devil looking for the way around these three defenders, getting some offense from Painbow. Jazzmanian Devil breaking out at turn 2 for lead jammer. Pink Lightning making a run around the outside, gets past Cottonmouth, is now on a scoring pass. And Dynamite Dog sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box at the last moment there. That is a 4-0 jam for Denver. The tie is now broken, and I see the shout out in the chat there for H. Love to see the support from all the fans, the friends, and the family. All right, at the Skate Rats jam line, Catatomic Bomb for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Mr. G almost gets through on the inside, denied by Belladonna. Catatomic Bomb fighting through the first apex. Mr. G with a spin move past the final defender, is out for lead jammer. Catatomic Bomb gets past Silly Goose, is out on a scoring pass. Mr. G wading through turn 3 and calling off the jam. And that's going to be 4-0 for Rockin City. The score is tied again, and I see a double shout out in there from Mr. G in the chat. Love to see the energy, the enthusiasm, the support from all of y'all in the live stream. All right, let's see which team might break the tie here. We got Dart Skater for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin City. Dart Skater crashing into the defense here. Pink Lightning denied on the outside, looking to go directly through the defenders. Dart Skater out at turn 2 for lead jammer. Pink Lightning also out on a scoring pass. Both teams' defense getting ready here at turn 2. And from the outside of turn 2, Dart Skater calls off the jam. That was a quick but intense 1-0 jam for Denver, and the tie is now broken. 1 point in favor of Denver. Next up at the Skate Rats jam line, we got Jones Addiction. Jones Addiction with a reverse spin move is out at turn 1 for lead jammer. Hello Hitty fighting at the back of the pack here. Denied on the inside. Jones Addiction looking for the way around, looking for the way past the pivot. Pulls a spin move and is out at turn 2 for 4 points. Hello Hitty getting some offensive assistance at the back of the pack here. Coasting through the inside, pulls a spin move. Out on a scoring pass, Jones Addiction knocked out to the outside. And from the outside of turn 2, Jones Addiction calls off the jam. Looks like that's 7-0 for Rockin City, who have now taken the lead by 6 points. I see the shout out right there in the chat for Jones Addiction. Everybody keep these shout outs coming, support your skaters. At the Skate Rats jam line, Sid Vicious for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Both jammers looking for that inside path. Sid Vicious is out, not assessed lead. Mr. G fighting through the first apex here. Rockin City skaters coming in to clear up this Denver defense. Sid Vicious sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Mr. G, who has passed the star to H. H now with the star for Rockin City, fighting through the first apex here. Gets past the pivot on the inside. H is now on a scoring pass. Let's see how H capitalizes on this time before the opposing jammer returns. H coasting around the outside is out at turn 4 for 4 points. Mr. G sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. H almost makes it around the outside, gets recycled by Mars Bars. Sid Vicious fighting past the final defender and gets past Silly Goose. Is now on a scoring pass. H evading the Denver defenders is out for 4 points. Sid Vicious running into these blockers on the outside. H with the apex jump for another 4 points. Sid Vicious out on the inside of turn 1, scores 4 points. Rockin City blockers clearing the way for H to coast around the outside and take another 4 points. Sid Vicious busting through the defense, looking to get past Smushroom. Looking to get past Smushroom and Mr. G. Sid Vicious is out for 4 points. H out at the second apex for another 4. That was an intense, hard-fought 20 in HM for Rockin City. And we see the shout-out right here for the offense. Keep the love coming, everybody. Keep the support coming for your teams, for your favorite skaters. And we have a team timeout from Denver. Does your pet need vaccines? Did you get a new puppy or a new kitten? Can you get me a new puppy or a new kitten, please? Monarch Animal Health Center offers low-cost, accessible spay, neuter surgeries, vaccines, and dental work to support the health of pets in the community. Monarch also proudly supports Denver Junior Roller Derby, a sport where no balls are required. Visit monarchanimal.com to learn more about the services and schedule an appointment. Next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, Jazzmanian double for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin City. Jazzmanian double looking to go directly through these defenders, gets recycled on the outside by the pivot. Pink Lightning fights out of turn 1 and gets lead jammer. Track cut penalty sending Veruca Assault to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Denver currently down 1 skater. Pink Lightning evading around Belladonna around the outside for 4 points. Jazzmanian Devil recycled on the outside back to almost turn 1. Pink Lightning crashing into the Denver defenders. Everybody in a tight cluster here at turn 2. Who will break out first? Jazzmanian Devil out on the inside is on a scoring pass. And from turn 2, the jam has been called. That is going to be 7-0 for Rockin City. And we see the shout out right there for Pink Lightning in the chat. Love to see the support. At the Skate Rats Jam line, Darth Skater for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. Darth Skater fighting through is out at turn 1 for lead jammer. June's Addiction 1 versus 4. Getting some offense from Silly Goose. Getting some offense from H. Dart Skater evading around the outside for 4 points. Jones Addiction getting recycled on the inside by Painbow as Cottonmouth is sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Dart Skater fighting for the inside, held back by Silly Goose and Smushroom. Tiptoeing the inside with a spin move. Dart Skater is out for 4 points. Jones Addiction working hard at the back of the pack. Taking on Painbow 1 versus 1, moving the pivot through the apex. And recycled on the outside. Dart Skater 1 versus 4 through this first apex. Jones Addiction with the apex jump and an E-slide. However, gets recycled to turn 1. Directional gameplay penalty, sending the man to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Dart Skater knocked to the inside. Jones Addiction making the star pass to H as Dart Skater scores 4 points. H working on this two-person wall, getting knocked to the outside and recycled to the first apex. Dart Skater with a slide. H fighting for the outside path on the first apex here. Dart Skater recycled on the outside. Denver defense holding solid. Dart Skater looking for the way past Silly Goose and Jones Addiction and Smushroom and the man. Both teams' defense holding up very strong to the last moment. Such solid defense work by both teams. That is going to be 16-0 for Denver, catching up on that lead. I see the shout out in the chat for the defense. That defense was rock solid. And we have a team timeout from Rockin City. Once again, shout out to the Jam Line sponsor for this weekend, Skate Rat Skate Shop, located in downtown Loveland. Very excited to see the return of roller derby in Colorado. Proud longtime sponsor of Denver Roller Derby, Skate Rats is a one-stop shop for all things skate. Check out the wide variety of products, custom skates, safety gear, skateboards, and clothing. Over 10 years of experience, the Skate Rats staff is friendly and knowledgeable in helping you find or build whatever you may need. Check out SK8RATZ.com for the great selection of product and speedy shipping services anywhere worldwide, or visit the retail store in Loveland for the smooth and enjoyable shopping experience. At the Skate Rats Jam Line, we have Hello Hitty for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Both jammers looking for that inside path. Mr. G looking to go directly through. Almost makes it out to the inside as Hello Hitty is out at the first apex for the jammer. Mr. G out at the first apex is on a scoring pass. Hello Hitty with a spin move on the inside. Receives a track cut sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Mr. G. Mr. G fighting through turn 3 here. Held back by Painbow. Running into Catatonic Bomb. 1 versus 1 gets around Painbow on the outside. Is out for 4 points. Mr. G crashing into the Denver defense. Getting some assistance from Jamie Hendricks. Mr. G from the outside of turn 4 calls off this jam. But correction, not called off. Mr. G is out for 4 points. Hello Hitty out at turn 4 also for 4 points. Both teams' defense holding solid at the moment, recycling both jammers. Mr. G buying time. And the jam clock has expired. I see the shout outs there in the chat for Denver from Mr. G. Keep the love coming. Shout out your city, shout out your team, shout out your favorite skaters. Such a close game right now. 5 points in favor of Rockin City as we had an 11-11 jam. And at the Skate Rats jam line, we got Darth Skater for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. June's Addiction taking on Cottonmouth, maintaining balance on the inside, is out for lead jammer. Darth Skater taking on 1 versus 3 in the first apex, knocked to the inside. June's Addiction almost makes it out around the outside, recycled by Mars Bars. Almost to turn 4. Pile up here at the first apex. Darth Skater fighting for the inside, getting some offense from Dynamite Dog. June's Addiction almost completing the apex jump from the inside of the first apex, calling off the jam. It's going to be a 3-0 jam for Rockin City, currently in the lead by 8 points. As we have just under 11 minutes in the period. Next up at the Skate Rats jam line, we have Mr. G for Rockin City versus Catatonic Bomb for Denver. Catatonic Bomb 1 versus 1 gets out at the first apex for lead jammer. Rockin City blocker sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box as Mr. G gets some offense at the back of the pack here. Mr. G taking on 1 versus 3 at turn 4. Catatonic Bomb gets past the pivot on the outside for 4 points. Mr. G moving for the outside. Mr. G taking on Red Rover, taking on Belladonna, taking on the pivot, pulls a spin move. Has Catatonic Bomb has scored 4 points. Mr. G now out on a scoring pass. Catatonic Bomb with the side surf around the outside for 4 points. Mr. G running into the Denver pivot, pressing right into the pocket of this Denver defense. And making the star pass to Obliviate. It's going to be a 16-0 jam for Denver, who have taken the lead by 8 points. Next up at the Skate Rats jam line, Darth Skater for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin City. Darth Skater knocking down Silly Goose. Pink Lightning out at turn 2 for lead jammer. Darth Skater tiptoeing to the inside is out on a scoring pass. Fast moving pack here. Everybody heading into the first straightaway. Pink Lightning from the start of the first straightaway calls off the jam. Both teams picking up some points on that jam. That is a 3-2 jam for Rockin City. At the Skate Rats jam line, Sid Vicious for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. Sid Vicious looking to push directly through these defenders. Red Rover coming in for some offense. Sid Vicious maintaining balance inside the line. June's Addiction out at turn 2 for lead jammer, and we have a jammer versus jammer race. Both teams' defense at the second straightaway. However, from turn 1, June's Addiction calls off the jam. Quick but intense 0-0 jam. At the Skate Rats Jam line, Jazzmanian double for Denver versus H for Rockin City. Jazzmanian double making a run around the outside. Looking for the way around the pivot, making a run for the inside. Facing off against Silly Goose. Gets past the pivot on the outside, is out at turn 2 for lead jammer as H is sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Jazzmanian double. Jazzmanian double crashing into these defenders, running into Silly Goose. Looking for the way past the pivot. Gets past the final defender, is out at turn 3 for 4 points. Both teams' defense getting ready here at the end of the second straightaway. Dynamite Dog coming in for some offense. H tiptoeing around the outside with the footwork. Gets past the final defender. And is now on a scoring pass. From the second apex, Jazzmanian double calls off the jam. That's going to be a 7-0 jam for Denver. We see the shout out right there in the chat for June's Addiction. Keep the love coming. Keep the support coming. At the Skate Rats Jam line, Catatonic Bomb for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. Catatonic Bomb tiptoeing to inside with a reverse move is out at turn 1 for lead jammer. June's Addiction out at the inside of the first straightaway is on a scoring pass. Catatonic Bomb through the inside, no resistance for 4 points and calls off the jam. Quick but intense 4-0 jam for Denver. We are now within the final 5 minutes of the period. At the Skate Rats Jam line, Dart Skater for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin City. Dart Skater looking to get past H, looking to get through Silly Goose and Smushroom. Pink Lightning fighting for the inside, getting some offense from H. Dart Skater out at the outside of turn 1 for lead jammer. Pink Lightning fighting through the first apex here. Knockdown recycled to turn 1. Dart Skater taking on 1 versus 4. At the first apex, looking to get around Silly Goose. And a high block penalty, sending a skater to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Each team currently down 1 skater, and it is a power jam for Dart Skater. Dart Skater getting past Silly Goose is out at turn 2 for 4 points. Another intense jam. That is going to be 8-0 for Denver. At the Skate Rats Jam line, Denver has a power start. Catatonic Bomb is out at turn 1 for lead jammer. Let's see how Catatonic Bomb capitalizes on this time before Pink Lightning returns. Catatonic Bomb tiptoeing the outside, taking on 1 versus 2, looking to get past this 3-person wall. Pink Lightning fighting through the first apex here. Taking on the pivot, gets out on the inside of the second straightaway, is now on a scoring pass. Catatomic bomb denied on the inside by Pipes. For no jam for Denver. At the Skate Rats jam line, Dart Skater for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. Jammers charging directly into the center of the pack. June's Addiction making a run for the outside, taking out a Denver defender on the way. Gets recycled by the pivot to turn one. Dart Skater sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for June's Addiction. June's Addiction 1 versus 4, tiptoeing the inside, gets recycled by the Denver pivot to the second apex. Everybody in a tight cluster here. June's Addiction finds the clear path around the outside. No opposition is out for lead jammer. Both teams' defense getting ready here at the first straightaway. H coming in for some offense. June's Addiction taking on 1 versus 2 with a reverse move around the outside. Takes 4 points. Dart Skater through the inside at the last moment there. Looks like that is a 4-0 jam for Rockin City. Rockin City holding Denver scoreless in that jam. At the Skate Rats jam line, Jazzmanian double for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin City. Jammers charging directly at the pack. Jazzmanian double with a spin move, tiptoeing through the inside, is out at turn 2 for lead jammer. Pink Lightning fighting for that outside path. A track cut penalty sending Pink Lightning to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Jazzmanian double, who has made it out at turn 2 for 4 points. Denver Skater setting up for a bobsled here, looking to clear the way. Jazzmanian double making it past Jamie Hendricks is out for 4 points. Everybody here at turn 2. Jazzmanian double crashing into the defense, runs to the inside, gets past the pivot for 4 points. Pink Lightning coasting through the pack, is now on a scoring pass. Jazzmanian double crashing into the defense on the outside, gets around the pivot, and from turn 3 calls off the jam. All right, that is going to be a 16-0 jam as we head into intermission. Everybody grab a snack. Make sure to stay hydrated. Feed your dogs and cats. We will see you in just about 15 minutes. All right, we are getting ready to head into the second half of the final game here at the Colorado Chaos 2025 Junior Invitational at the one and only Denver Roller Dome. Thank you again to everybody out there joining us on the live stream. Feel free to shout out your city from wherever you are tuning in from. Always love seeing the support from all areas. Make sure to shout out your team, shout out your city, shout out your favorite skaters. We are coming back with a score of Rockin' City 77, Denver 119, and we got Darth, skater for Denver, versus June's Addiction. June's Addiction out on the outside is out at turn one for lead jammer. Looks like a track cut penalty has been assessed, sending Darth skater to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for June's Addiction. June's Addiction currently with 4 points. June's Addiction crashing through the defense here, denied on the outside. Held back on the inside by Rainbow Bomber, pulls a reverse spin move, is out at the first straightaway for 4 points. Both teams' defense getting ready here at the start of the first straightaway. June's Addiction almost making it out around the outside. Gets knocked out by Red Rover, and from the outside of the first straightaway calls off the jam. That's going to be a 9-0 jam for Rockin' City. At the Skate Rats jam line, Sid Vicious for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin' City. Jammers charging at the pack. Sid Vicious making a move for the outside, gets the assist from El Diablo. Is out for lead jammer. Mr. G also out on a scoring pass. Both teams' defense getting ready right here at turn two. Sid Vicious from the inside of turn two calls off the jam. Both teams picking up some points there. That's going to be 3-1 for Denver. And at the Skate Rats jam line, Dart skater for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin' City. Pink Lightning trying all angles here. Dart skater looking to force past Silly Goose as Pink Lightning is out of turn one for lead jammer. Dart skater fighting through the first apex here, makes a run for it, gets past H on the outside, is now on a scoring pass. Pink Lightning fighting at the back of the pack here, and from turn one calls off the jam. Quick but intense 1-0 jam for Rockin' City. At the Skate Rats jam line, Catatomic Bomb for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin' City. Both jammers denied on the outside. June's Addiction pulls a spin move, almost makes it through on the inside as Catatomic Bomb tiptoes out around the outside around Obliviate. However, receives a penalty, sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for June's Addiction. June's Addiction almost with the apex jump, gets recycled. June's Addiction sent to the penalty box on an illegal procedure. We will have a jammer swap. Denver skaters looking to clear a path. Catatomic Bomb with a reverse move on the inside is out of the first straightaway on a scoring pass. Catatomic Bomb tiptoeing, spinning around. Smushroom is out for 4 points. Jones Addiction getting recycled on the outside. Catatonic Bomb fighting through the second apex here, taking on all three defenders. Denied on the outside by Jamie Hendricks. Now makes it past Mr. G, is out for 4 points. Jones Addiction held back at the second apex. Running into Cottonmouth, running into Painbow. Catatonic Bomb 1 versus 3 at the start of the first straightaway. Both teams' defense holding up solid. Jones Addiction recycled by Mars Bars to turn 3. Catatonic Bomb held back on the outside. Recycled by Mr. G. Jones Addiction making a run for the outside. Gets knocked out by Cottonmouth. What an intense jam that is. It's going to be an 11-0 jam for Denver. And we have an official timeout. Let's give it up for all these skaters. All these skaters out here have been playing multiple games this weekend, and you see the energy and the intensity that everyone is still bringing to the track. during that official timeout, June's Addiction has been sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Denver will be starting off this with a power start with Dart Skater at the Skate Rats jam line. Dart Skater knocked out by H. Dart Skater evading through the inside is out at turn 2 on a scoring pass. Denver skaters might be setting up for a bobsled here. Dart Skater tiptoeing with the footwork around the outside, gets past Silly Goose, is out for 4 points. Dart Skater evading H around the outside. Denied on the inside by Smushroom. Looking to get past Pink Lightning, makes it out around the outside for 4 points. June's Addiction fighting down the second straightaway. Getting recycled on the inside by Hella Destroyer. And a multiplayer block penalty sending Smushroom to the Mile Hybrid penalty box as Dart Skater is recycled by H around the outside to turn 2. Cottonmouth coming in for some offense. Dart Skater running through the inside is out at turn 3 for 4 points. June's Addiction fighting through turn 3, gets recycled on the outside by Red Rover. Dart Skater with the almost completing the apex jump gets recycled to the second straightaway. Both jammers now looking to fight through turn 3. Dart Skater recycled on the inside by H. June's Addiction out for 4 points. Multiplayer block penalty, sending H to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Cottonmouth also sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Each team currently down 1 skater. June's Addiction almost getting through turn 3 there at the last moment. That is going to be a 16-4 jam for Denver. At the Skate Rats jam line, Jazzmanian Devil for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Jazzmanian Devil recycled on the outside. Mr. G getting past the 2 Denver defenders is out at turn 2 for lead jammer Jazzmanian Devil. Also out on a scoring pass as Obliviate is sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Rockin City. Mr. G fighting through turn 3 from the outside of the second apex, calls off the jam. It's going to be a 4-0 jam for Denver. And at the Skate Rats jam line, Sid Vicious for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin City. Jammers trying opposite sides to get through. Pink Lightning through on the inside is out for lead jammer. Sid Vicious denied on the inside. Taking on this 2-person wall as Pink Lightning is out at turn 3 for 4 points. Pipe sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Sid Vicious taking on 1 versus 3. Making it through. And is now on a scoring pass. However, Pink Lightning from the second straightaway has called off the jam. And it is a 4-0 jam for Rockin City. At the Skate Rats jam line, Catatomic Bomb for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Both jammers looking for the inside path. Mr. G out at turn 2 for lead jammer as Catatonic Bomb is recycled to turn 1. Side surfs past Mushroom on the outside. It's now on a scoring pass. Mr. G looking to get past Red Rover, looking to get past Painbow. Looking to get past Dynamite Dog. Catatonic Bomb 1 versus 3 at the back of the pack. And at turn 3, Mr. G is out for 4 points. Catatonic Bomb making a run through the inside is out for 4 points. Fast moving pack here, already headed down the first straightaway. Mr. G with a Jersey whip around pipes. Tiptoes past Dynamite Dog on the inside for 4 points. Catatonic Bomb through the first apex for 4. Mr. G from the second apex calls off the chain. It's going to be an 11-10 jam for Denver. I see the shout out in the chat for Rockin City. Let's keep the support coming, everybody. Shout out your city, shout out your team, shout out your favorite skaters. This is the last game of the event. And at the Skate Rats Jam line, Hello Hitty for Denver versus H for Rockin City. Hello Hitty almost making it out around the outside of bound. Obliviate gets recycled as H is out for lead jammer. Hello Hitty making a run for the inside, gets past Silly Goose, is now out on a scoring pass. H maintaining balance around the outside, evades the final defender, is out for 4 points. Silly Goose sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box as Hello Hitty looks for the way directly through these defenders from the inside of the second straightaway. H calls off the jam. And that is a 6-3 jam for Rockin City. We have a team timeout from Rockin City. As we come back from timeout here, we have Sid Vicious jamming for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Mr. G looking to push directly through these defenders as Sid Vicious gets out on the inside for lead jammer. Mr. G sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box on a track cut. It is a power jam for Sid Vicious. Denver skaters might be setting up for a bobsled here. Let's see them try to clear the way. And it works. Sid Vicious through the inside. Gets past Silly Goose. Is out for 4 points. Both teams' defense getting ready here at the second straightaway. Sid Vicious running into Obliviate. Getting recycled by Silly Goose to turn 2. Sid Vicious 1 versus 4. Mr. G looking for the way through these Denver defenders. Denied on the outside. Working 1 versus 1. Gets past Mars bars. Mr. G is out on a scoring pass. Sid Vicious out at turn 3 for 4 points and calls off the jam. And that is 12-0 for Denver. At the Skate Rats Jam line, Jazz Mini and double for Denver versus H4 Rockin City. Jazz Mini and double tiptoeing the inside. Looking to get past Pink Lightning, looking to get past Smushroom, looking to get past Lala. H receiving a high block penalty sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Jazzmanian Devil. Denver skaters looking to pull off a bobsled. Jazzmanian Devil getting past Lala. Taking on Pink Lightning, taking on Pipes. Jazzmanian Devil out at turn 3 for 4 points. Each team currently down 1 skater in the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Jazzmanian Devil 1 versus 3. Gets past the final defender, is out for 4 points. H tiptoeing the outside, gets recycled by Belladonna. Runs into Belladonna again, looking for the way past Hella Destroyer. Jazzmanian Devil almost makes it through on the inside, gets recycled as H is out at the second apex and is now on a scoring pass. Denver pivot Rainbow Bomber sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box at the last moment there. And that's going to be 12-0 for Denver. At the Skate Rats Jam line, Cat Atomic Bomb for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. Both jammers looking for that outside but denied. June's Addiction recycled on the inside by Red Rover. Catatonic Bomb taking on 1 versus 3. June's Addiction getting knocked out to the inside, recycled back to the second apex. Catatonic Bomb 1 versus 2 gets past Obliviate on the outside and is out at turn 1 for the jammer. And a star pass to Obliviate. Obliviate 1 versus 2. 1 versus 3 through turn 2. June's Addiction coming in for some offense. As Catatonic Bomb is out for 4 points. Obliviate 1 versus 1 taking on Painbow, recycled back to turn 2. Catatonic Bomb makes it past June's Addiction for 4 points. June's Addiction coming in for some offense. Obliviate out and the inside of the second straightaway is now on a scoring pass. From the inside of the second straightaway, Catatonic Bomb has called the jam. That is a 12-0 jam for Denver. Just about 12 minutes left in the game. At the Skate Rats Jam line, Dart Skater for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Mr. G trying all angles to get around these 3 Denver defenders. Dart Skater is out, gets past Lala for lead jammer. Mr. G getting some offensive assistance from H. Mr. G recycled by Belladonna to turn 1. Dart Skater running into Lala on the outside, getting past Smushroom, looking for the way through Pink Lightning and H. Dart Skater out at turn 2 for 4 points. As H is sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Veruca Assault also sent to the box. And there was a star pass to Pink Lightning. Star skater out at the second straightaway for 4 points. And from the first straightaway, Dart skater calls off the jam. Looks like Pink Lightning was unable to pick up some points there. That's going to be 8-0 for Denver. And we have an official timeout. Looks like an additional Denver skater was sent to the box there. Denver will be starting this next jam down 3 skaters. Rockin City will be starting down 1. And we have Jones Addiction coasting around the outside, makes it past Painbow, is out for 4 points. Sid Vicious also out on a scoring pass. Both teams' defense at the start of the second straightaway. Jones Addiction pulls a spin move around the outside for 4 points. Sid Vicious fighting for that outside path, gets the assist from Painbow. Sid Vicious out at turn 3 for 4 points. Rockin City looking to clear the way. Jones Addiction pulls off the apex jump with a spinning knee slide and calls off the jam. Celebratory chest bump at the end there. And that was an 8-4 jam for Rockin City. Love to see the high five at the jam line. Love to see the camaraderie. We have Jasmanian Devil for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Jammers charging at the pack. Jasmanian Devil denied on the inside. Mr. G out at turn 2 for Lee Jammer. Jasmanian Devil getting past. Mushroom is out on a scoring pass. Mr. G fighting for the inside, runs into Dynamite Dog, and from the second apex calls off the jam. And that was a 3-0 jam for Rockin City. At the Skate Rats jam line, Hello Hitty for Denver versus H for Rockin City. Hello Hitty taking on 1 versus 3. H almost makes it through on the inside, gets recycled to the second apex. Hello Hitty held back on the outside as H is through on the inside, out for Lee Jammer. Hello Hitty taking out pipes. Hello Hitty with a forearm block sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for H. H evading around the outside, almost makes it through on the inside. Almost pulls off a Jersey whip. H taking on these 3 Denver defenders into turn 2. And H making the start pass to Pink Lightning. Pink Lightning fighting 1 versus 3 down the second straightaway. Gets past Hello Destroyer on the inside and is out for 4 points. Hello Hitty working at the back of the pack here. Denver skaters coming in for some offense. Hello Hitty getting recycled by H. Hello Hitty crashing into these 3 defenders, and H is sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Hello Hitty is out at turn 3 and is now on a scoring pass. Both teams currently down 1 skater in the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Pink Lightning almost makes it around the outside. Gets denied on the inside, looking for the way through. Rainbow Bomber makes it out around the outside for 4 points. Hello Hitty making a run through the inside. is out for 4. Pink Lightning crashing directly into the center of this defense. And looks like that was a 14-4 jam for Rockin City, as at the Skate Rats jam line we got Sid Vicious for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Sid Vicious pulls a reverse move, gets past the final defender on the inside, is out for lead jammer as Mr. G is recycled on the outside. Mr. G making a run for the outside is out at turn 1 and is now on a scoring pass. Sid Vicious out at turn 2 for 4 points. Both teams' defense getting ready here at the second straightaway. And from the first straightaway, Sid Vicious calls off the jam. 4-0 jam for Denver. We are approaching the final 5 minutes of the game. At the Skate Rats jam line, Darth Skater for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. Darth Skater getting past the pivot, getting past H. However, June's Addiction is out first for the jammer, and from the second apex, June's Addiction calls off the jam. We are coming to the final minutes of the final game of the weekend. Make sure to shout out your favorite skaters, shout out your city, shout out your team. And at the Skate Rats jam line, Catatonic Bomb for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Mr. G pushing through this defense. Catatonic Bomb out at the outside for the jammer. Mr. G taking on 4 Denver defenders at turn 2. Looking to get past Dynamite Dog and Painbow. Catatonic Bomb 1 versus 1 gets past Jamie Hendricks, is out at turn 3 for 4 points. Mr. G fighting at the back of the pack and making the star pass to Pink Lightning. Pink Lightning through the inside, taking on the Denver pivot, taking on Mars Bars. Pink Lightning 1 versus 1 makes it out around the outside at turn 4 and is now on a scoring pass. Rockin City blocker was sent to the mile hybrid penalty box, and from the first straightaway, Catatonic Bomb calls off the jam. 8-0 jam for Denver. And we have a team timeout from Rockin City. Looks like the sun is starting to come back out here in Denver. We did have a moment of furious rain and thunder and lightning earlier, so we are very thankful for the return of the sunshine. At the Skate Rats jam line, Jazzmanian Devil for Denver versus June's Addiction for Rockin City. Jazzmanian Devil looking for the way around. Silly Goose gets recycled on the outside. June's Addiction taking on Rainbow Bomber. Makes it past around the outside and is out at turn 2 for Leech Hammer. Jazzmanian Devil 1 versus 2. Takes out H, gets past Silly Goose. Jazzmanian Devil now on a scoring pass. However, from the outside of the first apex, June's Addiction has called off the jam. Quick but intense 0-0 jam. At the Skate Rats jam line, Sid Vicious for Denver versus Pink Lightning for Rockin City. Pipes taking out Sid Vicious, recycling back down the first straightaway. Pink Lightning with the spin move on the inside is out at turn 2 for Leech Hammer. Sid Vicious knocked down but right back up, looking to get past Jamie Hendricks, makes it out on the outside, is now on a scoring pass. Pink Lightning right back up. Pink Lightning taking on 3, taking on 4. And Pink Lightning from the second straightaway calls off the jam. Some points for both teams on that jam. That is 4-3 for Rockin City. At the Skate Rats jam line, Dart Skater for Denver versus Mr. G for Rockin City. Mr. G pushing right into the pocket of this Denver defense. Dart Skater taking on 1 versus 3. Taking out H, looking to get past Silly Goose. The man coming in for some offense. H sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Dart Skater spins around the pivot and is out for Leech Hammer. Mr. G fighting at the back of the pack here and makes the star pass to Obliviate. Dart Skater making a run out of the second straightaway for 4 points and calling off the jam. All right, and we have the unofficial score. We will wait for the rolling whistle and the scoreboard change. There is the rolling whistle. We will wait for the scoreboard update. I see the shout out in the chat there, and I agree. What a great game. So many intense jams. Great finish to the weekend. Everybody out there, feel free to hold your hands up in the air, hold your hands toward the screen, and you could give a virtual high five to the skaters as they pass. And the final score for the game, Rockin City 144, Denver 238. Once again, shout out, congratulations, and thanks to all the skaters: Rainbow Bombers, Sid Vicious, Painbow, Jazzmanian Devil, Dynamite Dog, Hello Hitty, Dart Skater, Catatomic Bomb, Belladonna, Hell the Destroyer, Veruca Assault, Mars Bars, El Diablo, Red Rover, Cottonmouth, The Man, H, Jamie Hendricks, Lala, Silly Goose, Pink Lightning, Pipes, June's Addiction, Smushroom, Mr. G, Obliviate, and all the officials: Stack Trace, Archimedes, Wolf Ears, Gay of Reckoning, Ultraviolent Blue, Sonar, Frodo, K2SO, Montana Mall, Her, Green Machine, Cat Sergeant, Doesn't Matter, Cookies, Thomas the Dank Engine, Radar, Ginger Spice, and Primeval. And once again, thank you to all of you for joining us here on the live stream at the Denver Roller Dome for Colorado Chaos 2025.